excuse, please. No excuse.
Inside
When I will beat you on December 6th, what excuse you gonna make? Tell me now. You gonna make excuse when I will beat you again? Tell me now, please.
More.
Are you gonna make any excuse?
More.
UFC 323 press conference just wrapped up, and there's a couple things that I want to talk about, all right? Merab Dvalishvili, first off, getting absolutely gassed by Petr Yan. Petr Yan telling him, yo, I've never seen you with any females in the first place. And telling him, dude, you're always in jacuzzis with a bunch of dudes.
I feel like you should have girls in your jacuzzi instead of who you have.
Если ты любишь с мальчиками в джакузи,
But if you like to be with jacuzzi with the boys, it's up to you.
What's the problem with girls or boys together? It doesn't matter, bro. We can mix.
All I saw is all you got is boys in yours.
Say again?
All you got is boys in yours is what I saw.
Я, если честно, вообще его с девушкой никогда не видел.
Honestly, I haven't even seen you with a girl before at all.
Now, I know Petr Yan is saying he's never seen him with females, but hey, I made a music video one time with me rapping in the background of Merab Dvalishvili with a couple of females, all right? We can't forget.
Merab Dvalishvili. Hey, my name is Merab Dvalishvili. You better watch out. I shoot them shots, I make a milli. I got them hoes, you see, sugar on the flow for you. Double singles, trips, the type of dude to make you ass to flip, the type of dude to make your ass trip, the type of dude to take that zip from you, the type of dude to rail up Georgia, hull up on you. Yo, you see me with Aileen Perez, she tryna dot me, she tryna taunt me. You best believe I'm a bigger dog than you. R.I.P. to Sugar Sean, this here for you, cause I'm the truth, and I'm a teacher to take your ass to school.
The rematch is going to be absolutely exciting, my people. This is Merab Dvalishvili trying to break the record and is going to break the record in defending his title for the 4th time in 1 year, my friends. For the 4th time in 1 year. Another topic when it comes to Merab Dvalishvili that I see a lot of people instantly talking about as we've seen the press conference today was the weight cut. Yes, Merab Dvalishvili looks like a skeleton up there. I know. He always looks like this, right? If you guys don't remember, I placed a $700 bet on Merab Dvalishvili in his last fight to beat Corey Sandhagen. That's a lot of money, right? So I was definitely paying attention to the shape that Merab Dvalishvili was in. If you don't remember, at the weigh-ins, he actually had to step off the scale a couple times. He had to get off and on. They had to bring out, the curtains. He had to strip down. He made the weight, but he has issues with it. Now, videos are coming up of DC talking about Merab Dvalishvili's, his weight cut plan.
So what he does is, this is crazy. He doesn't do the way that the UFC PI wants with nutrition and kind of gradually bringing the weight down. He actually doesn't cut weight until fight week. And then when he gets to like Wednesday, he completely shuts himself off from any hydration, any food. So he essentially starves himself from Wednesday to Friday to make the weight, and then he tries to recover before he gets into the octagon.
Old school style, Merab Dvalishvili begins his weight cuts on Wednesday and literally starves himself until Friday and tries to cut all the weight. This is the 4th time that he's doing it this year. So I see a lot of people saying, yo, man, this might be actually pretty bad for him. We've seen times, in the past, or fighters, who continue to keep on fighting more and more as many times in the year and it eventually catch up to them. Will that happen to Merab Dvalishvili? I don't know, and I don't think so. I think he's skilled enough to be able to handle Petr Yan, but it's absolutely exciting to see Petr Yan, a guy who doesn't back down from anybody, who's not scared of anybody, get another shot against Merab, my friends. Now, Joshua Van looking absolutely fresh, all right? He got the suit. He got the confidence. You've seen him face off with Alexander Pantoja. It looked like Alexander Pantoja, when you got Joshua Van stuck his hand out there to shake his hand. Alexander Pantoja was trying to walk up to him and be about business. You can tell that he was literally trying to walk up to him and walk in front of his face, but Joshua Van stuck his hand out there. They shaked hands, had a great face-off. This is a ridiculous fight. I talked about in my other video how Joshua Van is no longer just fighting for himself, but if he wins this fight, could be the first Myanmar champion in the history of the country, in the history of the organization. The millions of kids, you know, the difficulties that's going down in their country that a lot of people aren't aware of, the millions of kids that he can motivate and give hope to. This is bigger than just a fight, my people. Alexander Pantoja looking confident as always as well. This is a very interesting matchup. Now, Henry Cejudo, my dude, is calling it, my friends. He's officially calling it a career. 2-division world champion, former Olympic gold medalist in the sport of wrestling. And he makes up what Brandon Moreno here at this press conference. And I'm going to tell you guys like this, my friends, as you know, one of Brandon Moreno's biggest fans in the UFC. I love Brandon Moreno. I love what he did for Mexico. I love him being the firstborn Mexican UFC champion. The amount of people that he helped, the whole, you know, UFC PI going over there to Mexico, and the whole transition in, you know, putting their effort in helping these countries. A lot of that came from Brandon Moreno, okay? And to see him and Henry Cejudo, who's another Mexican-American, who, you know, a lot of people say he's a cringy guy, but at the end of the day, he's an amazing fighter, my friends. You know, he's one of the guys that, you know, has been in multiple different sports and had absolutely amazing success in multiple different sports, represented the United States, you know, is a coach now and is helping different fighters in the UFC, even helped the young guy that he's fighting, Peyton Tabiet. Okay, my friends, so it's a good thing to see Henry Cejudo make up with Brandon Moreno, 2 Latinos. That's what everybody wants to see. We don't want to see hatred. Henry Cejudo's last fight, it seems like he's trying to be friends and trying to end his career in a great, good way, my people. And I know a lot of the people were booing at the press conference, but I'm happy for him, dude. This is going to be an exciting fight. This is going to be an exciting card. The last card on the ESPN Plus deal that was signed, back in 2018, started in January of 2019. The amount of years that ESPN has been covering the UFC sport, even before when UFC was on Fox Sports at certain times for pay-per-views, ESPN was still covering it behind the scenes, wasn't broadcasting it, but was still putting in that work, man. And it's been an amazing run. We've had some of the most, you know, greatest memories be in the last 5 years since 2019 happen in the UFC, runs that we'll never forget. And to see that this is the last press conference, the last UFC pay-per-view fight that will be part of this ESPN Plus deal, it's a sad thing, my friends. It's a sad, sad thing, but also the future is, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit, my people. I can't wait for the wins tomorrow. The press conference was absolutely great. If you love the UFC, if you love boxing, subscribe to the channel. My name is Alex Ramos. This is the MMA Boxing Addicts channel, and I'm out.
One of the greatest of all time, you know.
Greatest. So what do you make of this fight?
Like I said, man, it's a blessing to be in a cage with one of the greatest of all time, you know. Saturday night, I'm going to take his belt. But you know, it's all respect and love at the end of the day, man.
You also made it known that you think Pantoja's opponents gave him too much respect. So when the octagon door finally does close behind you, how are you going to approach this fight?
Same thing I always do. I'm going to beat Joshua Van.